So hi everyone, good afternoon. We are the Surf and Chill Cafe. I'm here with Miss Erica Conda, Miss Mary Maro, Miss Anjelina Tan, Mr. Ryan Puno, and Mr. Jeffrey. And maybe you are guys wondering why Surf and Chill Cafe. Because our chosen location is in San Juan La Union, or also known as LU. San Juan La Union tourism is booming since the past 5 years from year 2016. And because of the pandemic, it also started to be affected. But according to the research that I've gathered, the information, there are total of 887 cases of COVID-19. But the San Juan La Union tourism in the government has facilitated to maintain the strict guidelines and protocols. And our theme of our restaurant cafe is in the beach cafe, in front beach cafe. There's a modern restaurant with a color combination of blue, white, brown, and green. And our target market is the local tourists and vacationers. And next, we will have the menu card that will be presented by Mr. Puno.
Surf and Chill is a beachfront cafe. Our logo's color are green and orange, and that's explain the color of our menu card. We offer appetizers, main dishes, sandwiches, alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, and desserts. Everything in our menu can be eaten easily without cutleries. This is also to prevent the use of disposable cutleries, which has the possibility for some customers who takes out food to litter around the beach, and make it easier for customers to bring their food anywhere they want.
So a Caesar salad is a green salad of romaine lettuce and croutons dressed with lemon juice, olive oil, egg, Worcestershire sauce, anchovies, garlic, Dijon mustard, Parmesan cheese, and black pepper. In its original form, this salad was prepared and served tableside. So the ingredients for a Caesar salad is olive oil, fresh garlic, baguette, lemon juice, Parmesan cheese, anchovy paste, eggs, black pepper, salt, and romaine lettuce. So, what are the methods on making a Caesar salad? First is you combine olive oil and garlic. In a very large bowl, whisk together olive oil and garlic, let sit for half an hour. The second is make the toasted croutons. While the oil is sitting, make the croutons. Spread the baguette slices out over a baking sheet lined with parchment paper or a silicone mat. Next is tear off chunks of romaine lettuce. Using your hands, tear off chunks of lettuce from the heads of romaine lettuce. Add to the oil mixture and toss until coated. Add the rest of the Parmesan cheese and toss. And next, combine and serve. Coarsely chop the toasted bread and add to the salad. Include any crumbs from chopping the bread. Toss, serve immediately.
And for the onion rings, we need large yellow onion slice, all-purpose flour, baking powder, egg, milk, breadcrumbs, salt, black pepper, and cooking oil. So the cooking procedures is combine the flour, baking powder, and salt in a small bowl. Make sure that the batter by adding the egg and milk on the flour mixture is whisked. Dip the onions on the batter and allow the extra batter to drip. Place the breadcrumbs in a plastic bag or container to put the onion rings. Heat the cooking pot and pour in cooking oil and transfer it to a serving plate and serve. So, onion rings is a sliced onion that are dipped in the batter and deep fried until crisp. This is considered as a fast food favorite food, and it can also be a good replacement for a French fries.
Next would be the cheesy chicken quesadillas. For the ingredients, it has chicken breast, onions, bell pepper, vegetable oil, butter, taco seasoning, garlic salt, cumin pepper, red pepper flakes, green chilies, cheddar cheese, and flour tortillas. Quesadillas is considered an appetizer, but you can also consider it as sandwich. A type of heat transfer that is used in this food is conduction, dry heat cooking without fat. It can be cooked in a griddle or in a pan or skillet. Um, the type of cooking process that we use is saute, and after sauteing, it creates a Maillard reaction. It makes the exterior of the food form brown. And for the procedures, heat oil in a frying pan on a large skillet, griddle over medium heat. Add chicken, onions, bell pepper into pan. Sprinkle with taco seasoning, garlic salt, cumin pepper, and other ingredients. Pure diced green chilies into the pan. Stir until combined. Continue cooking for a few more minutes. Add chicken mixture on one half of the tortilla and add both types of cheese chicken. And plating, then serve.
Taco salad is a Texan Mexican dish served in a tortilla shell served with shredded iceberg lettuce, ground beef, diced tomatoes, and corn chips. It can be served hot or cold.
A fish and chips is a hot dish consisting of fried fish and butter, served with chips. The dish originated in England, where these two components had been introduced from separate immigrant cultures. The ingredients for fish and chips is large potatoes, flour, baking powder, salt, black pepper, milk, egg, vegetable oil, and cod fillet. The the procedures for making a fish and chips is first, place potatoes in a medium-sized bowl of cold water. In separate medium-sized mixing bowl, mix together flour, baking powder, salt, and pepper. Next, preheat the oil in a large pot or electric skillet to 350 degrees. Next is to fry the potatoes in the hot oil until they are tender. Drain them on paper towels. Then dredge the fish in a batter, one piece at a time, and place them in the hot oil. Fry until the fish is golden brown. If necessary, increase the heat to maintain the 350 degrees. And lastly, fry the potatoes again for 1 to 2 minutes for added crispness.
So the next one would be the cordon bleu panini sandwich. So for the ingredients, you would be needing 2 pieces of chicken breast fillet. It should be sliced into half and horizontally. So 3 grams of coarse salt, 1 grams of freshly ground black pepper, 60 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 large egg, it should be beaten, 60 grams of plain breadcrumbs, and 30 ml of extra virgin olive oil for frying. And for the sandwich, you would be needing 60 ml of honey, 60 ml of Dijon mustard, 114 grams of butter, and it should be room temperature. 8 slices of rustic white bread, 113 grams of sliced ham, and 113 grams of sliced Swiss cheese. So for the procedure, let's start off with the chicken. So season the chicken breast fillet with salt on both sides. After seasoning the chicken, set up a breading station with flour, beaten egg, and breadcrumbs, each in its own separate shallow bowl. After setting up the breading station, get a large skillet pan. Add extra virgin olive oil and heat the olive oil over medium-high heat. After heating the olive oil, dredge the chicken, then coat it with egg, and then coat it with breadcrumbs. After breading the chicken, place it carefully in the skillet pan. Cook the chicken for 3 to 4 minutes on each side or until golden brown. Transfer the chicken to a wire rack or a paper towel-lined plate to drain. Now let us proceed with the panini. Start off by heating the panini press to medium-high heat. While heating the panini press, whisk together the honey and Dijon mustard in a small bowl. So for each sandwich, spread butter on 2 slices of bread to flavor the outside of the sandwich. Remember, the buttered side of the bread would be the outside part of the sandwich. Now for the inside, spread 1 tablespoon honey mustard on each side of the bread. Now let us assemble the panini sandwich. On one slice of the bread, place the breaded chicken breast on the honey mustard side of the slice, topped by ham and cheese slices. Now close the sandwich with the other side of the bread, buttered side up. Now grill 2 paninis at a time with the lid closed for 4 to 5 minutes or until the cheese is melted and the bread is toasted. Now place the sandwich and enjoy.
The classic burger is the sandwich consisting of one or more ground meat patties. Usually it is ground beef and it is either pan-fried or grilled and is placed in a bun with fresh veggies such as tomatoes, lettuce, and onions, and condiments are mustard and ketchup, and best served with rice or onion rings.
So next we have chicken bacon ranch wrap. For the ingredients, we have boneless, skinless chicken, tortillas, lettuce, cherry tomatoes, bacon, salt and pepper, and for the ranch dressing, we have green onion, fresh dill, mayo, and water. So this grilled chicken and ranch wraps highlights the flavors of the ranch dressing. These chicken bacon ranch wraps are a super simple recipe that are cool and creamy and filled with crisp bacon.
For the drinks, we have the watermelon shake. Watermelon is sweet and fruity with a hint of citrus due to the lime. It can be served to 1 to 2 person. And we have also a Google juice, cold coconut water served in a coconut shell. Coconut water has a sweet and nutty taste. It's good for 1 person. And for the 4 season float, ice 4 season juice mixed with a clear soda top with strawberry ice cream. Good for 1 person only. And our best seller, our frozen margarita, a bittersweet and a citrusy alcohol drink in a slush texture.
So the next one would be the banoffee pie. So for the ingredients, you would be needing 850 grams of sweetened condensed milk, 14 pieces of graham crackers, 86 grams of melted unsalted butter, non-stick cooking spray, 360 ml of heavy cream, 13 grams of sugar, of sliced bananas, and chocolate shavings for garnishing. So let's start off with preheating the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. So after preheating, begin with the filling of the banoffee pie. So pour the sweetened condensed milk into the baking dish. Then cover the baking dish with aluminum foil and set it in a larger baking dish. Fill the dish with hot water until it reaches halfway up the sides of the smaller dish. Now place the baking dish in the oven and cook for 90 minutes. Remember to check the water level occasionally and make sure that it reaches halfway and refill it if necessary. After cooking the condensed milk in the oven, carefully remove the baking dish from the hot water bath and let it cool to room temperature. Whisk the condensed milk mixture, which is now dulce de leche, until smooth. So after cooking the condensed milk, you now have to reduce the temperature of the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. So while waiting for the temperature of the oven to reduce, in a bowl of a food processor, combine the graham crackers and melted butter, then pulse it until crackers are finely ground and the mixture resembles a wet sand. So now let's start with the crust of the banoffee pie. First, grease a 9-inch or 20 centimeter tart pan with a non-stick spray. So after greasing the tart pan, add the graham cracker mixture to the tart pan and press evenly to cover the pan completely. Now bake the crust for 5 minutes or until golden and fragrant. After baking the crust, transfer it to a wire rack and let it cool to room temperature. After cooling the pie crust, spread the dulce de leche in the cooled tart crust. using a flexible spatula to smooth it into a even layer. Now cover and refrigerate the pie for at least 4 hours or up to overnight until set. After 4 hours or the next day, it is time to finish the banoffee pie. In a large bowl, beat the heavy cream until soft peaks are just beginning to form. Then add the sugar and beat the heavy cream until soft peaks form. So remember that you will have to add the sugar before soft peaks form. Now let's assemble the banoffee pie. So remove the pie from the refrigerator, then scatter the banana slices over the dulce de leche. Top the pie with the whipped cream, spreading evenly to cover the bananas. And lastly, garnish the banoffee pie with chocolate shavings.
So for the last menu item is the apple pie. For the crust, we need all-purpose flour, sugar, salt, whole shortening, butter, and water. And for the filling, we need water, lemon juice, cornstarch, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, and apple. For the procedure of the apple pie, in a bowl of a food processor, add the flour, sugar, and salt, and the cold butter and shortening. And cut into the flour looking like large pebbles. Add the water, pulse until the dough forms. Alternatively, you can do this by hand with a pastry blender. Divide the dough into 4 even pieces, flatten each piece evenly around this. Wrap in a plastic wrap, refrigerate at least 1 hour or until cool. For the apple filling, in a large saucepan, combine the water, juice, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cornstarch. Stir over medium heat until thickened and bubbly. Stir in vanilla and apples, then cook for 5 minutes or until apples start to soften. Fully cook them, then constantly stirring, remove from the heat and let it cool. Preheat the oven for the 350 Fahrenheit. Add 2 6 ounces of ramen tins. Add and a cookie sheet ready. Take a 1 pie crust out of the refrigerator on a lightly floured surface. Roll it out, circle slightly bigger than your ramen skin. Line the bottom and sides of ramen skin with the crust, patching it together if necessary. Fill the crust with a half of the pie filling. Take another pie crust, twist and roll into the circle just big enough to cover the top. Place it on the top and seal the edges. Cut a few slits or top, let steam escape. If making the lattice crust, cut the dough in strips and lay the pieces on top of crisscross patterns. Repeat these steps, then ready to serve. For the type of heat transfer being in the apple pie, it is radiation, and it is a dry heat cooking without fat and cold as baking. Again, we are the Group 5, the Surf and Chill Cafe. Thank you for visiting and listen. That's all. Thank you.